Good evening, guys, and welcome to Storyteller's Corner for Saturday, the 14th of March. And when I raise my finger and point that way, you know where we're going. Topsy Tickle Round, Topsy Tickle Town, round Topsy Tickle Town. So come, let's go to Topsy Tickle Town and see how we're getting on with the little creatures in the lake. So this is Topsy Tickle Town, chapter 75, the day the lake creatures came ashore. The morning after the lake sang was unusually quiet. It was too quiet. No wobbling rooftops creaked, no wandering shadows wandered. Even the town clock seemed to tick more carefully than usual, as if it was trying not to interrupt a very important thought. Down by the lake, Oldman the fisherman was already awake. He sat on his wooden crate with his fishing rod resting gently in the water. Beside him, the little glowing lake creature slept peacefully inside its round shell, tucked beside the fishing basket. Oldman sipped his tea and watched the lake. Well now, he murmured to himself, a singing lake is one thing. He squinted at the water, but I have a feeling today might bring something even stranger. Behind him, the rest of the friends slowly arrived. Richard stepped carefully through the grass, trying not to shake the ground too much. Geeky walked beside him, curious as always. Veronica skipped lightly along the path, her rope swinging happily. Skip, tap, tap, skip. Sir Stumblepants followed, holding a spyglass for absolutely no reason other than it made him feel important. Patricia carried her paints. Lisa carried her notebook. Good morning, Geeky called. Oldman nodded. Good morning. Richard looked across the water. The lake was perfectly smooth. Almost too smooth. Did the singing happen again? Veronica asked. Oldman shook his head. No singing. He pointed slowly up the lake, but something else might. The tiny lake creature suddenly woke up. It stretched its glowing flippers and blinked. Blip! When it waddled down to the edge of the water. The lake shimmered faintly, a small ripple spread outwards, then another. Lisa leaned forward. Do you see that? The water bubbled gently, then, pop! A small glowing creature popped out of the lake like a bouncing bubble. Then another, and another. Soon the surface was full of tiny glowing shapes, fish-like lights, little turtle creatures, floating jelly bubble things. Veronica clapped excitedly. They're come to visit. The first creature cautiously waddled onto the shore. It blinked at the grass, then took a tiny step. Plip! Patricia whispered, oh, look at them. Dozens more climbed onto the sand. The lake shore sparkled with gentle blue and silver lights. Soon hundreds of little lake creatures had gathered along the shore. Some waddled, some bounced, some floated just above the ground like sleepy balloons. Richard crouched down carefully so he wouldn't scare them. Well, hello there, he said softly. One tiny turtle creature climbed onto his enormous toe. It blinked at him curiously. Richard grinned. I think they like visitors. Geeky laughed. They're exploring. Veronica twirled her rope. We're having an adventure. So Stumblepants adjusted his helmet nervously. I sincerely hope they do not organise a marching band. Just then 3 jelly bubble creatures bounced into perfect rhythm. Boing, boing, boing. So Stumblepants sighed. Oh dear. Oldman watched the shoreline quietly. Then he stood and walked towards the water. Something's guiding them, he said thoughtfully. Geeky looked at the lake again. Maybe the big guardian we heard singing last night. At that moment the water shimmered again. A deeper ripple spread outwards. The tiny creatures stopped moving. All of them turned towards the lake, even the ones sitting on Richard's toe. The lake's surface glowed faintly and slowly. The huge glowing shadow moved beneath the water again. Richard whispered, there it is. The enormous shape didn't rise, but it drifted close enough that it lit the shoreline. The little creatures began gathering together. They formed a gentle, glowing circle on the sand. And in the centre of the circle sat the tiny shelled creature Oldman had caught the day before. It blinked at everyone, then it made a tiny sound. Blip! The lake answered with a deep, warm note. Oh. Gigi's eyes widened. I think, she smiled, that they're introducing us. The glowing circle slowly broke apart. The little creatures began exploring again. One waddled across Patricia's paintbrush. Another bounced across Veronica's skipping rope. 2 jelly bubble creatures floated around Sir Stumblepants' helmet like a curious balloons. I'm not a lighthouse, he informed them politely. Richard laughed. Omen watched them with calm wonder. Well now, he said, I've spent years fishing lakes all over the world. He tipped his hat towards the water. I've never seen a lake send its children to say hello. Gigi smiled warmly. Topsy Tickletown makes friends in unusual ways. The tiny creatures slowly began to return to the water. One by one they slipped back into the lake. The last one, Richard's tow visitor, gave a tiny wave. Plip! Then it disappeared beneath the surface. The lake returned to quiet, but the air felt warmer somehow, like something important had happened. Lisa finished writing in her notebook. Official record, she said. Today was the first lake creature parade. Veronica skipped happily. I hope they do come back. Richard looked out across the water and thoughtfully and said, They will. Coleman cast his fishing line again. Something tells me, he said with a gentle smile, this lake and the town are just beginning to know each other. At that moment the fishing line tugged. Odd. Coleman raised his eyebrows. Well now, he says calmly, well, there's another magical fish. The water swirled, or we've just met something much bigger. So there we go, guys, and we're going to leave it like that till Monday. Oh, because tomorrow is the Lord's Day, so we're going to dedicate that to the Lord with a short story, 2 short stories actually. We've got one in the morning and one in the afternoon to replace Topsy Tickletown and The Quiet Sea, David Toff in the morning in Portsmouth Harbour. So the Sunday morning story is called The Man Who Walked Towards the Light. And these 2 are spiritual stories, so we'll get a message from them, a message to take away. So join me tomorrow, Sunday morning, for The Man Who Walked Towards the Light. And then in the afternoon, we've got another story to replace Topsy Tickletown. It's called The Shepherd Who Never Slept. So join me for that, guys. And Topsy Tickletown, we have a visitor coming back. It's Susan. Susan Philippe is returning, and it's chapter 76, Susan's Unexpected Return. So we welcome back Susan Philippe to our little family. And but in the morning on Monday we'll have chapter 31 of The Quiet Sea, which is called The First Blanket. Someone's knitting a blanket for the baby. Now who can that be? We'll see. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed Topsy Tickletown, and we'll join them again Monday evening for Susan Philippe's return, and we'll see how she's going to fit in with the lake creatures who say blip. So there we go, guys. Thank you guys for joining me in Storyteller's Corner for this evening, Saturday evening. Everyone have a very lovely weekend, and join me again tomorrow morning for a spiritual story, The Man Who Walked Towards the Light. So there we go, guys. Take care now, and thank you for your support and interest in the storytellers. Well, yeah, I'm a storyteller, but thank you for taking an interest in the stories. So there we go, guys. Topsy Tickletown is coming our little YouTube community of friends. So there we go, guys. Anyone else who wants to be included in this story, let me know in the comments, and I'll try to weave you into the story. But at the moment we've got Lisa, Patricia, Susan, Richard and Gigi and Veronica and Sir Stumblepants. Ever faithful Sir Stumblepants, the knight who is scared of his own shadow. So there we go, guys. Maybe that could be me. Anyway, guys, take care now, and have a lovely weekend. Many will be going to church tomorrow, as my lovely wife Carmen will be. She's at the back. Oh, you can't see her. You can't see her. Anyway, guys, enjoy your church service tomorrow. Come out spiritually renewed and restored, and I hope that the Holy Spirit speaks to you personally, to your heart. So there we go, guys. Take care now, and That's it for tonight, boys. Take care.